这是一个测试信息，这是我的声音，这就是我的声音，你喜欢我的声音吗？
Okay, so there we go. So now Bob is going to say, I need to speak to you about the upcoming shipment. And he hits enter. Watch.
我需要与您谈谈即将发货的。
So Bob said, I need to speak to you about the upcoming shipment. And Jeffrey hears it in English, in Chinese. He sees it in Chinese, but he also hears it in Chinese. So now you have voice talk. So now Jeffrey types back to Bob in Chinese. And listen.
I need to talk to you about the upcoming delivery.
Hey guys, this is Jacques from Akulu Linux and welcome to another video. Now you'll notice that I'm actually inside a virtual machine. You can see another operating system behind there. And there's a reason for that. I'll get to that in a little bit. The last video I made was about our Universal Messenger, and I want to talk about that today. There's a couple of new features I want to show, and we've made some real progress on this. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a link, and I'll speak a little bit about our beta access, because we're going to be launching this in the next few weeks, and we're going to, give people access to this. Free access, by the way. There's no money involved. You can use it, try it, play with it, report feedback, and so forth, so forth. But I'll get to that at the end of the video. Let's first start with the first bit of this video. I'm sure that you guys know what this is, but for the guys that don't, I'll quickly cover the basics. So essentially, this is a universal messenger. Think about the Star Trek messenger, the Star Trek communicator, where everybody can speak in their native tongue, but everybody understands everybody. That is what this essentially is. And we have three options here. You can use it as a private messenger where one can be a host, another one can join the room, similar to how Zoom and Skype and some of these apps work. You can also join public rooms. If you click the public rooms, you see there's 16 people in that room, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You can also join public rooms where you can also mingle with other people. So the public rooms are very new. This is something I started coding on the last build, but now it's fully functional. But let's first explore the host and join option. So if I click host, okay, so we got two guys. In America, we have Bob. He works in a factory in America. He's English, and he wants to speak to Tan. Tan, who's going to join. So he wants to speak to Tan. Tan is in Vietnam, so Tan speaks Vietnamese. So Tan, sets up his profile to be Vietnamese. Because Bob is the host, Bob sets the password. We'll make the password room. We've added an option to encrypt messages. If that's something that is needed, then Bob can select. He's the host. He can select to encrypt messages. Do they want an AI in the chat room? Yes or no. If they want, they can tick it. Otherwise, leave it unticked. It's optional. It's the same with encrypt. It's optional. For this case, we're going to say no. We're just going to leave the AI unticked. So Bob said English, He's in America. He's running this app from America. Okay, so he enters the chat room. So now Bob is in the chat room. Right there, you can see. And then Bob tells Tan the password for the room is room. So Tan chooses join, puts in his username, sets it to Vietnamese, sets a password, and then connects. So Tan now joins the chat. Now notice that Tan gets this nice little welcome message in Vietnamese, by the way. So now if you look at the interface, it's undergone a little bit of a change since last time. We have now you can set the font size. Not sure if that was in the last build, but it's much nicer now anyway. And then you've got a ping over here that tells you how strong your connection is with the server. You've got a send file option, so you can send files. You can literally choose a file to send. Let's send a file there. I'm just grabbing any file. There we go. Send a file. Tan gets the file. So you can send files to each other. The files expire after 60 minutes. So after 60 minutes, the files get deleted. So the link is only valid for 1 hour. And then you've got stickers that you can use as well. Of course, you've got the user input to type and send, and then, of course, a send button. You can also private message somebody, but I'll get to that in a bit. Let's first set voices here. Okay, so now you're in the room. Bob's in the room. Tan is in the room. Bob wants to set a voice here. He sets, I don't know, chooses a voice here. Let's go look ENU. Since he's from the US, we'll choose here Brian. Brian, ENUS. Let's listen to that voice.
This is a test message. Can you hear my voice?
Okay, perfect. So that is Brian. That's going to be Brian's voice. If the audio is scratchy, it's a VirtualBox issue. Don't worry about it. It's just VirtualBox drivers. Sometimes does that. Okay, so Brian has set his voice. Tan, let's set Tan's voice. That's a girl's voice. That's a boy's voice. So let's use the boy's voice.
Đây là một tin nhắn kiểm tra. Bạn có thể nghe thấy giọng nói của tôi không?
Okay, perfect. So now, Tan works in the Vietnamese factory, and Bob works in American factory. Bob wants to buy something from Tan and have him ship it to America, and so he wants to negotiate. So he tells Tan, "Hello, friend. I need to order some products from you. Are you available to negotiate?" That's what he says. So Bob types that. He hits enter. Tan gets listen.
Xin chào bạn. Tôi cần đặt một số sản phẩm từ bạn. Bạn có sẵn sàng đàm phán không?
Now, remember, they are miles apart. Bob is in America. Tan is in Vietnam. Tan sees this. All he sees is Vietnamese with the messages, not the file attachment. With the messages, all he sees is Vietnamese. He doesn't know that Bob is speaking in English. He thinks that Bob is speaking Vietnamese. Well, it looks to him like it. I mean, he's reading Vietnamese. He's hearing Vietnamese. Everything's Vietnamese. He doesn't know that Bob isn't speaking in English. Bob, if Tan had to send that message back to Bob, the same message, let's paste it there. We send it back to Bob. Bob gets us.
Hello. I need to order some products from you. Are you ready to negotiate?
So Bob gets this message in English. He sees English, he reads English, he hears English. He doesn't know that Tan is speaking Vietnamese. He has no idea, right? He just sees and reads English. He might think, well, Tan's English is not that great, but I can understand what he's saying. No, Tan is speaking Vietnamese. The translator is changing the text. So essentially, you can speak in your native language. He speaks English, he speaks Vietnamese, but they can have a conversation in their own language and hear it in their own language. And it sounds natural. It's not a robotic voice. It's a natural, nice sounding voice. In fact, you can choose from a whole list here. And so you can choose what voice you like.
This is a test message.
Can
you hear my voice?
And if you're a girl, then there's girl voices as well.
This is a test message. Can you hear my voice?
The same for the Vietnamese girls.
Một tin nhắn kiểm tra, bạn có thể thấy giọng của tôi không?
Okay, same for the Vietnamese girls. So you can choose whatever language and you can speak in that language across borders. And because you can encrypt the messages as well, you've got the WSSTLS WebSocket encryption. You don't have to worry that somebody's going to grab your messages or somehow hack your chat or whatever. And you can send files to each other. And they get deleted after 60 minutes. Perfect. I tell you, one of the nice things about this messenger is that there's no registration. Nobody's asking you for your name. Nobody's asking you for your IP address or your email address or any of your details. Nothing. You choose an alias and you choose a room password. That's it. We don't know who you are. We don't care who you are. No, any file that you upload it's only available for 60 minutes and then it's gone. We don't care about that either. And if you choose encrypt, it sends it directly to the other person as well. So basically, it's all anonymous. There's nothing stored. Nothing is known. We don't know who you are. If somebody comes and knocks on my door and goes, "Oh, we'd like to find out about Jim Abbott or whatever." I'm like, "Who's Jim Abbott? I don't know who Jim Abbott is. I don't know. I don't care. I don't. That's it." So this makes it the perfect thing for anonymous chat online. It's free, completely free. completely. We do not charge a cent for anything on here. And then, I didn't show off the mute options. I suppose I can do that now. Let's open another copy here. Something else now, the public rooms. If we join a public room here, let's say Bob wants to join a public room, and there's no password for public rooms. Bob is English, so let's choose yes, general chat. We join a room, and now we're in the public room. So now the nice thing about a public room is you can now just set your voice and chat with people. So let's say James, no, let's set it here to Andrew. Okay, so voice is set to Andrew. So now as we chat to other people and they chat back, whatever language they said, whatever we say, they will see in their language. Whatever they say, we will see in our language. And on top of that, we can also private message them. And that's something else I want to show. But since I've got this open here now, let me do this, because now I want to show you guys, this is the reason I opened the VirtualBox, or this is the reason I added in VirtualBox. I want to show you that we also built a Windows client. So you've got the Linux client over here, and over here you've got the Windows client. Let's actually exit public room. Let's go to the normal host join, because I want to show you that, let's say Bob is actually running Windows and the other guy connects to is running Linux. So Bob is running Windows. So let's put in here Bob. Bob is running Windows. Yes, English. Well, why not add AI this time? Yes, let's choose encrypt. Let's make the room again. We'll choose the same password, room. So Bob joins the room. So Bob is in the room now, and he's in Windows. This is Microsoft Windows. This is the Windows client, right? Let's set a voice here for Bob. Let's choose a different voice this time. Let's go, not Brian, not Luke. Let's go with Andrew. Yeah, why not Andrew? Let's listen.
This is a test message. Can you hear my voice?
Okay, perfect. So now he's in the room with Andrew. So that is Bob. Bob is now speaking to, let's see. Let's choose a Chinese person this time. So we go with Chinese. So Bob is speaking to, let's say, Poon from China. I actually know somebody who uses the nickname Poon. That's why I'm putting it there. So Bob gives the password to Poon and says the password is room. So Poon puts in the room password as room, and Poon connects, right? So now Poon is in the room with Bob. So as you can see here, the welcome message is now in Chinese. So Poon, let's choose a message. Let's choose a voice here for Poon. Let's listen.
这是一条测试消息，你能听到我的声音吗？
Okay, perfect. So Poon works in a factory in China or somewhere in China, and Bob works in a factory or somewhere in America, and they want to communicate. So now Bob types, hello, my friend. How are you today? And sends a message from Windows.
你好，我的朋友，你今天好吗？
And Poon gets it in Linux. So Windows and Linux, this is cross-platform. He types back in Linux, and Bob gets it.
Hello, my friend. How are you today?
You understand. So now we've got the client working cross-platform. Whether you're in Windows, whether you're in Linux, it doesn't matter. You can communicate either way. You can both jump to the same public room as well. The other thing I wanted to show you was the private messaging. So let's say that Bob wants to send a private, let's say there are 5 people in the room, or I think we're going to probably limit it to 500 people in the room, but let's say there's like 20 people in the room or 5 people in the room, but Bob wants to send Poon a private message, specifically Poon, nobody else. He would just double click Poon's name and then type hey and send it. Now it says,
黑私人
now it says here Poon hey private, meaning only Poon can see that message. See here? Only Poon can see it. If there were 5 people in the chat, nobody else would see it. You would see it because you sent it, and if you're Bob, Poon would see it because Bob sent it to Poon, nobody else. So you've got some little features that I've been adding, like private messaging. I thought that is handy, especially because we added public chat. But also you can chat to Electra. You just double click Electra, and you can chat to Electra, hello, and then she would reply. Now,
Electra, 你好。
Now, notice when Electra sends a message, back, right? There's no voice. There's no voice for Electra. There's voice that I'm sending to Electra, so people can see what I typed. But Electra herself, there's no voice. Because she sometimes gives long replies, and you don't want to sit there and listen to a 2-minute reply, you know. And so I just felt that was better just to disable voice for that. However, translation is still there. So even if I speak to Electra, somebody else is in the room, they'll see the reply from Electra in their own language. I thought that was important. So Electra's responses also get translated in text to the language. So everybody, if there was a German guy in the room and a French guy in the room and a Russian guy in the room, the Russian guy would see it in Russian, the French guy would see it in French, the German guy would see it in German. All text in the room will come through in your native language, no, irrelevant of whatever language the other person used. So you really have this complete universal translation, and it's very cool and very quick and very fast and just very awesome. And so that is now cross-platform. So this is something else I wanted to show you guys, that we have it working in both Windows and Linux. Actually works really well in Windows. So we have it working both in Windows and Linux, fully operational. So the other thing is that you can also mute it. So if because if you click close, it actually minimizes. You want to exit, you got to exit here. You can click show again, and then it opens the room again. But you can mute it. If you click mute, now when somebody speaks, you won't hear anything. You won't get any notifications. But if you show it, you'll see. And the reason we added this, let me exit here and I'll show you. So let's say I open up the chat and I want to join a public room. Like I just want to chat to the general public, right? So I type here, my name is Bob, and I'm English. Sure, why not? And I choose general chat. There's 15 people in there, and I join. Now there's 15 people in here now, and it's not many because I haven't released this anywhere, and it's only a couple of Makulu Linux users and so forth. But once I release it, there could be hundreds of people on here, thousands, who knows, right? And so if you want to keep this open because you're busy at work, but later we'll want to come back and scroll through the history and see what's happened and see what, you'd obviously minimize it. Just click it and leave it running in the chat, right? You just leave it running there, right? So now all the messages will come through, and later on you can just show again and read everything. But if you have the voice selected and so forth, then you'll hear all the messages. It can get very intrusive, right? And so that's why the mute feature's there. You can just mute it. Now you hear nothing, you see nothing, but the chat continues. And you just come later and you just click show, and then, oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. Very cool. Now, another thing I also want to show you is, we don't need voice anymore. Electra herself can generate content. So apart from chatting to her as a chatbot, you can ask her to generate an image of a cartoon cow landscape. Why not? Landscape. So now I'm asking her to generate an image of a cartoon cow landscape. She'll take 10, maybe 15 seconds, depending on server load. And then she'll generate the image of a cow. And it will come right in chat. So there we go. There's an image of a cow. Right in chat, right? Because this is connected to Discord, this is something else I actually want to show you guys. Anything with a D is Discord. These guys are actually in Discord. In fact, there I am in Discord. This messenger is also linked to Discord, and that I'm going to show you I think I showed it in the last video. I'm not sure if I did. Anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. But you can generate images directly in chat. If I click on this link, this blue link image now, it will open up in a web page and it will be full-size 1080p. In chat, obviously, it makes a little preview here. But you can generate images, audio, video. I mean, it's really cool. The AI is just really, really, really cool. And, you can have full conversations with her as well in chat. There's lots of fun to be had with the AI. So that's a nice little feature here as well. The actual interface is quite nice because you can make it full screen as well. And, of course, you can increase the font size. So the guys that are that wear glasses or contacts or, when your eyes get tired late at night, you can sort of just increase the fonts a little bit. Look at that. Now it's much nicer and easier to follow. The input is also multi input, so you can type up until there it will sort of expand, but you can copy paste stuff. And of course, you can send files as well to chat, so that's nice as well. So we have beefed up things, you know. Now I'm continuously expanding on features, especially little things where I think, you know, oh, why don't I add this and why don't I add that? And of course, this is where the beta testing comes in. We are going to launch this in a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, maybe a week or two. I'm going to launch this, and I'm not going to launch it to everybody. It will just be a selected number of people that want to try it out, play with it, use it for business, use it for whatever, or just join the public chat to other Linux people. It doesn't matter what your language is. It's a very cool app to try. It's completely free and it's completely anonymous, which is probably the best part of this. Anyway, so we're going to release this to a couple of beta testers to play with it, and they'll give feedback. They'll tell me, oh, this isn't working. Oh, that's not working. Things I can fix. Or, oh, can you add this? And then I'll add it. Oh, can you add that? And then I'll add it. So I guess a lot of the expansion and features will probably come once people start using it. Because then, you know, I'll get it from somebody else's point of view. Oh, you know, can't you put this in? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll put it in. Anyway, so that brings me now to the beta thing. So what I'm going to do is I've made a form on just a simple form on JotForm. I'll post the link below. It's in the description, and I'll pin it as the first comment. So just click on that link, fill in the form. It's just some basic multiple choice questions like what are you going to use it for, which country are you in, so we know at least what language you speak, kind of thing. And obviously we need your name and your email address so we can send you a copy, you know. And so you join the waiting list. Just fill out the form, little description of what you're going to use it for. It really doesn't matter. It's just for interest sake. And then what I'll do is I'll collect all the names. Like I'll collect everybody. And then in about a week or two, when we're ready, we're going to scale this up. So we'll release it to a couple of people, and then a couple more, and then a couple more, and we'll scale it up on the server, because I'm not sure what the server can handle. So what we'll do is we'll release it little bit by little bit. And so, yeah. So basically, you fill out the form and just wait for us to send you the clients. We'll send you a bin executable for Linux, and we'll send you an exe executable for Windows. So you can use it on either operating system or on both. It doesn't really doesn't matter. I mean, you can run multiple copies of it. It doesn't really matter. You just, you know, it's all on what's the word? It's all on usernames. It's not a real name, so you can make up as many usernames as you want. It really doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna be sending this out to a couple of people to play with, and then take it from there and see how we can improve on it and how we can expand it, and then yeah, we'll see if it's a likable product or not. Remember, it's completely free. And I will always keep it free. This is my goal. This is not something that I want to make paid. This is something I want to keep free forever. Now, the reason for that, people are thinking like, wow, why do you want to make it free? Like, what's the catch? Well, my goal is simple. I actually want to breed an environment for Linux people to innovate. If that makes sense. Be creative, innovate, whatever. That's one of the problems I've seen with Linux, is that people don't really come together and innovate. You know, when I started working on AI, and I've been doing AI work for like 2 years now on Makulu, just about. And it's been a very difficult and long road. I would pop into channels like other people developing Linux distros. I'd like hop in there and I'm like, hey, I'm working from Makulu project, you know, working on AI. Anybody here is like-minded, you know, we can like work together, you know, make something. People would either treat me like I'm a crazy person or like I'm something to be avoided, like the plague. So, you know, it's been quite a difficult journey and a very lonely one, because, you know, nobody's around that's doing what I'm doing. And so this is my goal, is to create a universal messenger. Firstly, that people can use across borders. You know, I live in Asia. I know how difficult the language barrier can be. And so, you know, I want to remove that factor. But also with the public rooms, I want to create an environment where people can just be free to communicate. Communication is key to everything. You can communicate in your own language. Everybody understands you. It breeds innovation. It breeds creativity. It, you know, just brings community together, and that's the goal. So this is something I will always keep free. Always, always, always. if it gets to a point where it's too big and I can't handle it, the server loads too much or whatever, I will never ask for money. That's not my goal. What I would do is I would probably see if I can get some guys to sponsor some extra servers or something to that effect. Find a sponsor or something. But it will not be on a condition that users pay money. So I'm just saying that, people who might be looking at this and thinking, oh, this is money. No, I do not want money. I do not care about money in that regard. So this is a free little project. Okay. It's not going to be fully open sourced. I'm sorry. I'm not that. Maybe down the road somewhere. I don't know. I think people will exploit the lengths I've gone to make it free. So it might be partially open source, but not fully open source. There are some things that I need to protect. But it will be completely free forever if I can help it. Anyway, that's it, guys. The links are down below. Join the waiting list, and I will send you guys the files, over the next week or two. Keep watch your inboxes. And a really cool thing to play with if you're doing business with people across borders, or you need to communicate with people across borders or anything like that. This removes the language barrier completely. It's really awesome. You want to join a chat messenger, public rooms where other Linux users are sitting, or maybe because we also have a Windows client, so there could also be Windows users in those rooms. You just want to communicate with people, in your language, and it doesn't matter where they're from. They communicate in their language. It's just awesome. Then this is also for you. And remember, it's anonymous. You just use a username. You don't register anything, just a username, and select your language and you pop in, and that's it. Nobody knows who you are. You're free to talk about anything and everything. And also there's AI. There's free AI in the channel. Unlimited. There's no token limits or anything like that. You can generate images, you can talk to her, have fun with the AI. That's for free as well in all of the public chat rooms, as well as all the private rooms. So that's it today, guys. I know it was a long video, it's a lot, but it is a lot to really explain. It's hard to explain this in 2 minutes. Essentially, it's like the Star Trek Universal Communicator. You speak in your language, and everybody else sees it in their language. They hear it in their language. They speak in their language. You see and hear it in your language, removing language barriers. So we have a Linux Universal Messenger that's virtually like the Star Trek Communicator. And this is standalone, so it runs on any Linux distro. Doesn't matter your Linux distro, it should run. There might be some older distros that might have issues running it. I'm not sure. We haven't really tested, but I guess that will be part of the beta testing. We'll find out those little things as well. It should run on most Linux distros, standalone. And of course, Windows is also standalone. You don't even need Python on Windows to run. You just run it. So that's it, guys. Also, we do have let me exit here quickly. We do have a different version of it. That's the standalone version. We actually do have we just patched this through to Makulu Lindows 2025. They already have this. They already have a universal messenger. However, this is different. It's integrated. This one is specifically only for the public room. There's no private chat. There's no host. There's no encrypting messages. None of that. There's no passwords, nothing like that. This is purely just going into public chat. So it just connects all the Makulu users in the public chat. The standalone messenger, which is this one over here, this one has all of the options, obviously, because it's a standalone messenger. You can use it on any distro. But if you jump in here, like here, my name is I'm Tim. So here I'm connecting Bob, and I'm going to general chat, connect. And you'll see now that I'll see all the people, including Tim. There I am. I go, hey, Tim. What's up? And Tim will now get the message private. See, there's a little new message for Bob.
Hey, Tim. What's up? Private.
You see, you hear that? That's a voice. So there is an integrated version of this, but it is very limited. It doesn't have all the really cool features of the standalone one. Because this is just a desktop messenger here that just connects all the Linux, the Makulu users, where this one it's got more functionality. So if you want to try it out, you can download the latest Lindows 2025. This is already on the Lindows, so you can try it out. You can just open up the messenger over there. There we go. There's Makulu Messenger. This is it. You go into settings here, you set your voice, you set your username, blah, 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 test voice. It has a lot of the same features. It's just more limited, and it's only got one channel. It's because this is a chat messenger, this integrated one, but it is already live. So if you want to give that a test drive, just grab the latest Lindows 2025 and you can check it out. If you want the standalone one with all the features and for free and cross-platform, just go into the description there, click the link, fill out the form, or the first comment, there's a link there, click it, fill out the form, give your details, it sends it to us, we'll put you on a waiting list. And we're still fixing some bugs and some issues and stuff, but I think in about a week, maybe 2, this is going to be ready, and then we'll start emailing the guys. We'll say, hey, okay, here you go, here's the executable files, have fun with it, enjoy, please report, There might be I might add an extra channel where the guys can hang out, like beta testers or something. The guys can discuss bugs and issues and things like that, and I can fix it. Anyway, guys, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was quite long. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to be long. These things tend to, and I babble. So yeah, but it is a very cool app. Very, very cool. And it supports a wide variety of languages. I mean, let's just take a look here quickly at this language list. I just want to show you that before we go. So as you can see, English is just set by default. You've got A, Afrikaans, Arabic. I mean, look at this. Just look at this. Look at this long list here. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Latvian is even in there. Lithuanian, Malay, Macedonian, Maltese, Nepali, Norwegian, Odia, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Brazil, and Portugal. Punjabi, Romanian, Russian, Samoan is in there. Remember, all of this has voice. All of this has voice, right? Every one of these has voice. Ukrainian, Urdu. We've even got Zulu in here. Even Zulu is in there. Vietnamese, Uzbek, Latin. I mean, everything's in here. So we have a huge list of supported languages, not only with text translation, but voice as well. So this is just awesome. It's just for everyone. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna. I've also got some other cool AI stuff that I'm working on. I'll make more videos for you guys on that. This is gonna be a big year for Linux, Makulu Linux, but also for Linux, because I try, and some of the stuff I try and also make for everybody else, So yeah, watch out for a lot of my videos. If you do like and you do want to see more videos like this, hit the follow button, subscribe button below in my YouTube channel, and so you can, and ring the bell. Remember to ring the bell. Put there all, so that you get all my cool videos. I'm always showing off cool stuff, and the guys that do want to try, we also have in our Lindows, we've got a whole toolbox of really cool AI stuff: video generators, audio generators, image generators. We've got coders, AI calculators. There's lots and lots of goodies in there. It's all part of the Lindows OS. So grab the latest Lindows and try it out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll make another video soon when I either have an update on this or some cool new tool I'm working on. But fill out the form below if you're interested. Join our waiting list. I'll send you guys the files in like a week or 2. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Working late in the light of our Makulu screen, customizing themes that are oh so clean. A system stable with a heart of open source. Makulu's whispers guide me, no need to force. LibreOffice scribing through, no end, no cap. With every app I need, it's a creative sap. Yes, app. In the glow, in the flow, Makulu's insight show. AI core, open door, guiding as I go. The comfort of the code so bright in the screen's soft light. Makulu harmony in tech's endless flight. Smooth like the river, Makulu runs deep. Updates that deliver promises to keep. Boot it up, feel the pulse, Makulu's beat so serene. With every line of code, it's like living the dream. AI's mind like the stars guides us through the night. Makulu's here, and everything just feels so right. In the grip of Makulu we find our pace, sailing through cyberspace with elegance and grace.